Hi, it's Bert Seelman. I'm here today to talk to you about cancer and a different view of cancer. First, let's take a look at what might cause cancer. First, let's take a person that's not on a good diet, and they're actually on a bad diet. Add some chemicals, usually found in most foods, some GMO foods, some really toxic foods. Add some stress. You know the different types: emotional stress, physical stress, work stress. Let's add some toxic exposure and intake of foods and meds that's really bad for us. Maybe some habits of chemical recreational drugs. Let's add some other environmental stressors, chemicals and so on. So now the person's cells start to really act out. They're diminished from the needs that they had, the requirements that they needed so desperately. So oxygen is greatly diminished to the cells. And because of this lack of hydration, circulation, oxygenation, the body starts to react. They start to overdevelop. They start to mutate. And the doctor finds something called cancer. Well, it's a disease state, a dis-ease state, a state of unrest at the cellular level. Dis-ease. Sickness does not come first, dis-ease does. And then it manifests as sickness. Now doctors, if you'll check it, especially in our cancer videos, with a lady who had cancer 3 times in 1 year and was healed totally in 6 weeks. This happens all the time when people do what the body requires. The doctor doesn't take a great history. He doesn't check on your bowel movements. He doesn't check on your exposure. He doesn't check on your eating plan. He doesn't check on your bowel movements. He doesn't check on your sleep. He doesn't go back into your history enough to even know what could have started it or how it possibly could have gotten there. What kind of an interest is that? And it's simply a massive imbalance that's gotten out of control due to a lack of detoxing, and the body has not gotten the requirements that it needs. But the doctor, he'll come along and he'll suggest cutting it out. Yeah, let's cut on you. Let's cut that out. I mean, we don't want you to change what you're eating. We don't want you to change any nutrients you could take. We don't want you to start taking care of yourself. We just want to cut it out. That's what we need to do with cancer. We need to cut it out. Okay, so that causes more stress on the body. Now your body doesn't have even the nutrients that it had. It has to try and force itself to heal. And your doctor says, well, that didn't work. It's back again. It's out of remission. It never was out of remission because you kept doing what you were doing. So you kept getting what you were getting. So now let's use chemo. Oh yeah, let's use a poison in your body. Let's toxify your whole body. Your body couldn't respond before, but let's give it some chemo. And if it doesn't do it after 1 or 2 times, let's do it, just 1 more time. So let's put things in the body that don't add anything to it. But yet the doctor will say, oh, don't use your vitamins because that can affect it, but we're going to use this poison. And when that doesn't work, or if it does start to slow it down, they'll come back with something else and they'll say, let's burn you now. Actually, they say, we need to try radiation. Only mild dose. Of course, they don't tell you that while that radiation is passing through you, it's burning tissues all the way to the site, beyond the site. And that has to try and heal internally when you weren't getting enough oxygen, you weren't getting enough nutrients, you weren't getting enough water, you weren't getting enough circulation. So now we're going to radiate you where you can't heal either and add another stress after all the other stresses you've had. Gee, I wonder why so many people die from cancer treatment. Who's stupid? Now the doctor will say to you, oh, you need to stop your vitamins during radiation and chemo. They affect the powers of our medications. And those build life in you. They give you life. They formed you when you were a child. And they're telling you, no, we want you to have the poison that's more important than the good. Now, I want to ask you something. Who is stupid here to take this kind of treatment? I mean, what are you thinking going to this doctor? So let's go on. The doctor doesn't even know what to ask you. He doesn't know how the cancer got started, but he's going to tell you how to correct it? I mean, why doesn't he ever try replacing some of the food that you've eaten? Why doesn't he ever try and build you up first for things? Why doesn't he try to get you to replace your lifestyle? Why doesn't he try to do these things? Because people are lazy. And because you want it comfortable and you want it convenient, but you're going to die from it. You're going to die from it if you continue it. I work with people all the time. How come they never try herbs for detoxing? Or minerals are essential to every body's process and how it works. Or adequate water. Did you ever see anyone after their first couple of cancer treatments? How about after their second or third treatment? How about after they try to get back on their feet? Do you ever see the doctor give them something to restore them to where they were? Their bodies are even more stressed afterward than they were at the beginning. And they say, well, they survived it several times. No, they didn't ever survive it. Not even once. Doctors don't know nutrition. They don't know how to take complete histories. They don't know how to build you up. They don't know how to form you. They don't know how to stop diabetes. They can't balance your blood sugar. They can't tell you how to get in shape. They can't tell you how to lose just fat. They can't tell you how to change your blood chemistry, but we've seen it done every time with everyone who listens. But the doctors cannot. And this is why natural medicine is failing, because you're becoming too much like modern medicine. Remember this, people. You have a brand new stomach lining every 4 days, a new layer of skin every 28 days, new body every 16 months. And so with a little bit of getting off the pity potty, stop being lazy, you can change what you have. We've seen cancer controlled so many times, it's unbelievable. So if you're willing to take charge and put out an effort, you can change the end result. And the other thing that deals with this is part of the spirit man, but we'll cover that on another video. So right now we're talking about cancer and the reality of the treatments, and we need to know who's really stupid here.